Minister in the Ministry of Finance, Juan Edghill, and other members of Cabinet recently concluded more than 20 meetings in different communities across Region 10. During one of the meetings, Minister Edghill was joined by Presidential Advisor on Governance Gail, while at another he was joined by Parliamentary Secretary within the Ministry of Health, Joseph Hamilton. The aim of these meetings was to stir positive interactions with residents of the region, listening to their concerns and finding possible solutions to issues raised. Community meetings were held at Moblissa, Amelius Ward, Wismer, Mackenzie, Ituni, Kwakwani, Coomaka Mines, Old England, Rockstone, and several other communities. During one of the meetings at South Amelius Ward, Minister Edghill sought to dispel the notion in the minds of many that enough attention is not being paid to Region 10 communities.
The fact that we could sit in South Amelius Ward Nursery School to meet with residents of this immediate community is an indication that there is investment by government in this community. Right at the back of us, where we're hearing the noises and the grinding from the workmen that are still working this late, and that is good, is a significant investment in water. We had the laying of the pipelines. Now the water treatment plant is being built. The entire water and sanitation program here in Linden is in excess of $900 million. In excess of $900 million. Does that reflect neglect by the government?
Residents, however, took the opportunity to call on the minister for interventions on some of the issues that are affecting them.
I would like you to address the drain issues, right? I'm not getting to roads. I would like you to address these drain issues and get these drains running perfect. Two, I observed since I came also, the traffic is busy because of the road being done. Whether the road is not too proper, as you said, right? That's, heavy duty. Now, I'm asking if you can implement some speed bumps. It's needed in this area.
While calls are made for government's interventions, residents were told of some ongoing projects in the various sectors that will improve their lives. Some of these include extension works to the Upper Demerara Hospital in Wismer to the tune of $6.3 million, which is 40% complete, and the construction of a health center at Christianburg. At another meeting at Mackenzie High School, residents came out in their numbers to engage with Minister Edghill and expressed their willingness to work with central government. Residents of Retrieve and other surrounding communities came out in their numbers as well. During that meeting, residents seemed oblivious of several developmental projects being carried out in their community and took the opportunity to call on their elected regional leaders to help keep them informed.
Government has no interest in pushing Linden in the back burner. You are an important part to this country. We will work with you. But we want your collaboration so that we can be able to get this thing moving, that the projects and the investments that needs to be made to create the jobs for the young people will be there. The fact that you came out here tonight and you have engaged the way we have engaged, it's demonstration that goodwill exists in Region 10 for collaboration and for development, people and government. And I will be reporting to Cabinet that goodwill exists in Region 10 for government, people collaboration for the development of Region 10.
Residents of Coomaka, Nottinghamshire, and Threefriends also came out to meet with the minister and have their say on what is needed in the community. Over in Coomaka, the residents took the opportunity to express their appreciation for works which have been completed in their community.
I know with the help that we have been receiving from the government, first of all, if you check, last year we had a grant of $1 million that was given to this community, and we did some work on this pavilion whereby we extend the pavilion, and we did some work on this sanitary block whereby we installed 2 toilets, we tile it and so on. you folks who didn't have a look at it, you can take a look at it. Also, the visiting team. It's an initiative through the government whereby they would give to every community $1 million. And last year we took this initiative whereby we applied, and immediately as we applied as in the community through the PYO, the grant, we received the fund, and through this fund we had an upgrade of this community center. So I would like to thank Mr. Edghill because he partly brainchild this initiative whereby he raised the idea for us to apply for this upgrading of this pavilion.
While noting how thankful they were to the administration for the many developmental projects, the residents noted that the community has also benefited from other initiatives through private bodies.
At the background, you can recognize we have a well that had been drilled 215 feet deep, and we have the black tanks, and so we're going to gravity feed the community, which we will have 40 standpipes in the community. It will be driven wholly and solely by the solar panels. So we are grateful for the Rotary Club for this initiative.
However, residents of the mines communities raised one burning issue, and the minister since promised to make strong representation on their behalf.
If I make representation and I get a bus for you here in Threefriends, how are we going to ensure that what happened to the bus at Coomaka ain't happened to this bus? How are we going to manage the bus?
Presently, we have a CDC in order governing the community right now. And as the CDC representative, we will take full responsibility if we do that. In handling the bus.
There's a CDC.
Yes.
And everybody will participate in the electing of that CDC.
Exactly. It's a community.
Development Council.
So the community know about this executive body. So I don't think it should go to any other body but the CDC.
Over in Ituni, residents yet again welcomed the minister as they sought guidance in dealing with external forces that visit their community, carrying messages of division.
Let us get an election, a community, an election to choose a representative from this community, because presently where a couple of years ago we had chosen someone to be the chairman.
Chairman of what?
The CDC. And then we had another group who was saying that they recognize because different persons come from the government and come up from these two different seats. So we know who really is the chairman or the chairman of the CDC, which is the correct CDC for Ituni. So we need someone to be a recognized body from Ituni. So whenever somebody comes to Ituni, we could say, well, you can contact Mr. Bailey, is the chairman for the CDC.
Everybody come to a meeting and tell we form an Ituni organization for the management of things in Ituni and bring an end to the division. We must not allow people to come into our communities and divide us. And there are people who are specialists in division for their own political purposes. So I don't want to add to the division. The people of Ituni, get everybody together.
Further, the minister was well received by residents of Block 22 Wisma and Kokwani, where similar meetings were held. At these meetings, the minister informed the residents of some of the government's program, which are being carefully crafted with them in mind irrespective of their geographical location. Following the announcement of the minister of the $10,000 education grant being ready for disbursement, residents sought clarification on several rumors being peddled about their children not being qualified. Residents of Rockstone and Moblissa were also given the opportunity to interact with the Minister and Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Health, Joseph Hamilton, as the team wrapped up their visit in Region 10. These communities were briefed on government's policies and programs which are ongoing and which will benefit them in a positive way. Rockstone has benefited from a number of government interventions, and the community will soon establish a forestry office and an aquaculture station. which will provide gainful employment for residents. Moblessa, like every other community in Region 10, has had its share of investments under the administration. The residents of the mining community of Region 10 were all reminded that they each play a very critical role in their community's development, as well as the country's overall development.